Now let's take a look at a very requested MMO zombie game, War Z. This game gets a lot of more slack than it should. I'll explain that a little bit later, but let's just look at the stats. Here I'm playing at 1024 by 768 with some of the settings on high, so you guys should have enough to actually play around. And I'm not quite sure you'll need to do much with it. I was getting between 20 and 35 frames per second. Anytime I was in the wilderness, my frames per second usually stayed between high 20s and mid 30s, and when I was close to a place where there were zombies around, it was usually around the low 20s to mid 20s, and it dipped under 20 into the teens so once or twice, but not that often. So I don't think it's going to be much of a problem. Now, this next section is my noob section. I've been playing actually the game for 10 or 12 days, and I'm actually I kind of enjoying it now. But as a noob, this is not a noob-friendly game. This is a game that if you're new, uh, you will get frustrated. And mostly that's things that most people are get frustrated. Several things for you to know. If you do buy like real money things, like you actually spend your real physical money to get things, if you die, you lose stuff. You don't get it back. So just be aware of that. If you're gonna buy stuff, like real stuff, you're gonna lose it. I had some issue with Steam that didn't allow me to buy $5 of stuff, and I guess got lucky because I didn't know I would have lost it if I died, and I died plenty of times. Um, Many other things that you should know is like don't choose any light colors. Choose dark colors just to blend in the most you can. But like somebody said, you still will stick out you'll still stick out there. So it's not like you're gonna cover yourself that much. Initially, do not go to a server with a very high population. That's usually anywhere there's PvPs. You usually don't want to do that, but go to a server with a very low population. I'm talking about 3 to 6 players. As soon as you go in, hit the tab key, see who is see if it's mostly civilians. If it's mostly civilians and not thugs or bandits, then you should be all right. However, let me tell you that twice I actually was with only civilians and got stabbed both times. So that doesn't mean civilians won't try to kill you. I guess they just don't want to get killed. Um, you do go through thirst and hunger in this game, so uh, keep your rations and kind of learn when to drink and when to eat. Otherwise, you'll start losing health and things like that. Don't dismiss your flashlight initially. Your flashlight will you can hit a zombie 8 or to 10 times and you bring him down, but do not go to any place where there's too many zombies. So don't go into any big city. Stay close to the small farms or places um, where you don't see too many zombies. And when you see them, make sure you like pick them one at a time. I do hate the refresh this, rate on this game. That's something I still don't like. Um, the zombies will refresh, and I think I got killed by almost killed by a refresh when that zombie wasn't there when I passed by, and you'll see it a little later on the video. What else can I advise you in this game? If you see people, uh, just hide or go elsewhere. One good thing I noticed was actually there's a lot of trees with low canopy. If you start seeing too many people around, get into there and let them pass because especially if they got guns, most likely than not they'll want to shoot you for the very little things you have. Again, anytime you die, you lose everything that you have. So be aware of that. Go to the red zones if you find like very cool weapons or anything. Go to the red zones. Be careful. There's a lot of bandits. If you're in a high, even on a low population server, they might be camping around the red zones, which is the safe zones. And when you're in the safe zone, you can actually go and save your um, loot, so you don't lose it if you die or things like that. Um, there's a lot of roads, so try to stay off the roads, but I usually stay like to the side of the roads, but off the roads themselves, because if they have too much traffic, people traffic, then you might get shot there too. But the good news about the roads that there's a lot of like checkpoints that have been abandoned or with very few zombies, or a lot of cars that usually you find food or things like that. On the checkpoints, you also find weapons like knives and more. Uh, I found knife, I found hammer and things like that. So I have found weapons there, and hats to protect you a little bit. So again, the game's not that bad. Oh, and don't play at night. And I'm talking about the night cycle of the game, which is it has a day cycle of 6 hours. So do not play at night, at least not at the beginning. Then right now I'm already playing at night, but I'm still not getting into too heavily populated servers. So that was my noobs section for this game. Don't dismiss it. It's not that bad. Just know that it's mainly a PvP game. So if you're going to a highly populated server, you're gonna die uh, because you go in with almost nothing and people already have guns to shoot you down. Anyway, hopefully you guys like it. It's not as bad as it sounds. If not, let me know. Have a good one.